Meet Vane Matthew. Vane Matthew records himself and then listens to himself and he's like, "Holy crap, my voice is horrible! Is this what people hear when they listen to me? Holy crap, all those years I have tormented people with my voice. The world would be better off without me." Now meet Humble Matthew. Humble Matthew looks like a disgusting spurg, sounds like a disgusting spurg, and acts like a disgusting spurg. But Humble Matthew does not care about the things he cannot control. He instead focuses on the things he can control, such as being a good person. And because of that, people like him, even though he is a disgusting spurg. So when I made the video titled "I hate my voice" or whatever it was, I received a lot of comments and a lot of constructive criticism on that video, and I plan to actually react to that video in about a year or so, because at that time I will hopefully make some changes and hopefully make improvements, so I will kind of look back at myself 1 year ago. But there are a few things I currently want to talk about regarding that video. So, first of all, a lot of people said that my voice is not as horrible as I made it out to be and that it is actually okay. And I have two explanations for this. Number one is that usually, like when I try to be more like calm and relaxed, I think my voice is okay. I think the moment when my voice becomes problematic is whenever I get enthusiastic about something and I get into an enthusiastic speech. That's when I end up sounding like a fucking robot, like a disgusting spurg, which apparently means I am not allowed to ever get enthusiastic or else I will sound horrible. Or maybe there's the whole toxic masculinity thing where men are not allowed to have any emotions except for anger, I guess. So maybe being enthusiastic is not allowed. I don't know. But the second reason why people have said my voice is okay is because of something I personally like to call the Lizzie effect. This is something that I base off of this one YouTuber named Lizzie. I don't know her how to pronounce her last name because it's kind of Hispanic, but basically she is someone that had like a facial deformity. She was bullied at school. She was once called the ugliest woman on the planet. And now she made a YouTube channel where she talks about like body positivity. She is talking about how it is it is our differences that make us who we are, and people come in different sizes and shapes. And she has appeared on TED Talks and she has inspired a lot of people who uh, apparently look like conventionally ugly or whatever. And a lot of people like her because of her personality and the things she does, the people she inspires. And because of that, in the comment section, when you look at the comment section of her videos, literally everyone says she is attractive and that she is really beautiful and that they want to date her. And it's like, if she is attractive, then who is unattractive? And what I have realized kind of is that if you are a good person and you are doing good things in society, then people will kind of look past your flaws and they will think that you are okay the way you are. If I had instead said my voice is the greatest thing ever, I would have received a lot of comments saying my voice is terrible, which kind of disproves the thing I have said, that even if I cure cancer, people will still hate me and feel uncomfortable around me because of my voice. According to this Lizzie effect, that's not really the case. And this is something I want to talk more about right now, because in the video I made titled I Hate My Voice, I made the claim that the world would be better off without me, because I claimed that people will suffer because they have to listen to my quote unquote horrible voice. And so I made the claim that I am either meant to cause suffering to people, or that uh, maybe I can do a favor in this world by getting rid of myself or going mute so that nobody would ever need to suffer anymore. And those were some genuine thoughts I had at that time, and those are some genuine thoughts that a lot of people have, like the ones that have alcoholic and abusive parents during their childhood. Their parents probably tell those people, "You are a failure, son or daughter, you cause suffering to everyone." And then those people, when they grow up, they think to themselves, "Yeah, I am meant to cause suffering. I should either get rid of myself, but I don't want to get rid of myself because life is amazing, so I might as well become a supervillain." And this is why a lot of people that don't feel enough love throughout their childhood, they end up becoming criminals. This is something I have discovered through my observation. So, the thoughts I was having in that video that the world would be better off without me were true thoughts I was having at that moment. However, those thoughts were not rational. Because what I have realized is that if people feel uncomfortable and suffer because of things you cannot control, such as your ethnicity, your skin color, your gender, your identity, anything like that, then it's not your fault that people are suffering. And it doesn't mean you have to become the super villain and that you are destined to cause suffering in this world, because it's not your fault. Once again, do you want to know whose fault it is instead? It's their fault. They are the ones who choose to see your ethnicity or color or whatever as a bad thing. They are the ones who choose to suffer because of things that you cannot change about yourself. It's kind of like with Lizzie or whatever. If you feel uncomfortable looking at her, it's your choice. You kind of choose to feel uncomfortable. You can also choose to not feel uncomfortable and look past the deformities and actually appreciate her character and thus believe that she is attractive, like the comments say in her videos. And so, what I have therefore realized is that when I said that I am meant to cause a suffering and I may as well be a supervillain, then those were true thoughts I was having, but they were not rational, because if anyone is suffering because of my voice or the way I look or anything else, then that I cannot really do much about, then it's not my fault. I should not feel guilty for causing suffering for something I cannot control. It says more about the people suffering than it does about me. They are the ones that have to work on themselves and not really me. This is something I have realized. But the tricky thing here is that you cannot always pull the card. Yeah, someone is renovating, just ignore that. But anyways, what I have realized is that the tricky thing is you cannot always pull the card that, oh, it's not my fault people hate me, it's their fault. Because if people hate you for something you do that you can indeed change about yourself, maybe because you are a horrible person, then you cannot do that excuse. Then it is your fault, and then you have to work on yourself and you have to change things about yourself. Which is why I have realized that the most important thing is to be a good person. And it's kind of why I made this New Year's resolution that I will be someone who tries to make who will try to make people around me feel as good as possible. Now, I will probably not succeed in making everyone feel good. I will not succeed in making everyone happy. And if you try to make everyone happy, you will probably not succeed in making everyone happy. But that is not the point. Okay? That is not the point of trying to make everyone happy. The point is that if you try to make everyone happy, but people still are not happy and they are still suffering because of you, you can at least take comfort in the fact that you did your best. That you at least tried to make them happy. And if they did not become happy, then it's on them. It's something they have to sort out by themselves. But if you are not a good person, you are a horrible person that does horrible stuff and people don't like you for that, then it is your fault. It's because you are a horrible person and you have to improve who you are. Which is why, once again, I made this New Year's resolution that I will try to make everyone feel good. Once again, I am not trying to actually, I am not expecting to make everyone feel good. It's just so that I can kind of have peace within myself that I am at least doing my best. Because when I know that I am doing my best, and when people who hate me, it says more about them than it does about me, then I no longer feel this feeling of guilt that the world would be better off without me. I feel like in that case, the world is amazing with me, but some people cannot appreciate how amazing I am. But once again, this is tricky because once again, you cannot pull this card if you are genuinely a horrible person. Which is why it is so important to at least try to make everyone happy. Not necessarily succeed in making everyone happy, not be a people pleaser because a people pleaser expects to make everyone happy. You have to try to make everyone happy by being a good person, being like a virtuous person by default. This is something I have learned. But something I also want to talk about is the comments I have received on that video. I do not regret making this video, I hate my voice video, because I received a lot of constructive criticism, a lot of feedback, and what I appreciated about that is that I have seen that there are a lot of people that truly seemed to care about me and care about the struggles I was going through, and those people tried to offer genuine help to me, which is something I do appreciate, because sometimes we feel like nobody gives a shit about you, you are alone in this world, and then you realize that people care about you more than you think, and this is something I do not take for granted. So I can see that a lot of people in that video gave me comments that were like from their heart. They wanted the best out of me, which I am thankful for. But the problem is just that most of those people misunderstood my struggles, kind of, and it seems like they were targeting the wrong problem. Because it seems like a lot of people assumed that I was one of those guys who thought getting a girlfriend is all that matters in life. They thought I was someone who just wanted to get a girlfriend and then I would be happy forever after, and they thought the reason why I started this channel was specifically to get a girlfriend, and they thought that when I had this channel for only 6 months and still did not get a girlfriend within that short amount of time, that I suddenly gave up and came to the conclusion that the world would be better off without me. This is what a lot of people seemed to think. But this is not the case. It is not like that at all. What I actually want is to feel as attractive as possible, because this is something that truly made me happy, like in high school and college. It might sound immature to just be as attractive as possible to the opposite gender, but I need you to understand that this is something that genuinely made me more happy than anything else in life. And when I was in high school, I believed, yes, the reason why I wanted a girlfriend was because I believed that if you can get the opposite gender to be attracted in you, then it means you are attractive, and then you can feel attractive. And so, yeah, I wanted a girlfriend, but the reason why I wanted a girlfriend was so that I could feel attractive. But then I realized, when I was about to graduate and stuff, I saw on the street, like I observed, a lot of ugly looking guys with beautiful girlfriends. And that made me depressed, because I realized that even if I get a girlfriend, it would not mean I am attractive, because I see all those like soy boys with women, girlfriends, wives and children. And so at that point I feel like just getting a girlfriend was not enough. Which is why when people they gave me the advice of like, stop looking and you will find once you stop looking, the right one comes when you stop looking, love comes when you expected the least, that kind of advice made me miserable, because I feel like you give that advice to normies who just want a girlfriend and nothing more in life. What I wanted was to feel attractive. Which is why I watched The Red Pill. A lot of people were telling me in the comments that The Red Pill is a scam, and yeah, I used to watch The Red Pill and women hated me. But what you need to understand is that the reason why I watched The Red Pill was not because I wanted a girlfriend. It was because I wanted to be as attractive as possible. I agree that The Red Pill is not ideal place to listen to if you want like a healthy relationship. But I think the red pill does not teach you that. What the red pill teaches you instead is what I wanted, to be as attractive as possible. And the red pill tells you, go to the gym, build a good physique so that you can be as attractive as possible, looks maxing so that you can be as attractive as possible, be all that kind of stuff. This is the reason why I listen to the red pill. I hope I could clarify that. And so the reason, and so I then realized that, yeah, the problem I had with having to feel attractive all the time, feeling as attractive as possible, is that I came across as needy and desperate. Like, the only thing that made me happy, I want you to understand that the only thing that made me happy was feeling attractive to the opposite gender. But the problem with that is that it requires having external validation from the opposite gender. And because of that, I will admit that I might have come across as needy and desperate, and being needy and desperate as a guy is not considered attractive to women. I realize this problem, which is why I have asked myself, can I accomplish my goal of feeling as attractive as possible without feeling the need to have external validation from the opposite gender or from someone else, without requiring external validation? And so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel. I'm gonna be this alpha male on screen. And I'm gonna show people that I am this extremely attractive alpha male. And I'm not gonna need any external validation from women. I'm just gonna have a YouTube channel where I play this caricature of an alpha male because it's something that makes me happy. And my plan was to get somewhat successful on YouTube and turn it into an online business. So to anyone who thinks I started this channel just to get a girlfriend, no, I started this channel to do and say the things that made me happy. But the problem was that when I then watched my own videos, I was like, holy crap, I am not this attractive alpha male that I thought I was or wanted to be. And this is something that kind of turned my whole world upside down. As for attracting women, I have even said in the I Hate My Voice videos that I think I will attract someone eventually. I do think I will get married and have a lot of amazing sex, which will lead to me having a lot of children. And like, I have said that. But I had thoughts that maybe if that happens, maybe me and my future wife will move into a farmhouse in the middle of nowhere like Courage the Cowardly Dog, so that nobody else would have to be subject to my voice or my appearance and stuff, so that nobody will have to suffer. But now I realized that as long as you are a good person, you can be wherever you want. You can meet as many people as you want without worrying that people might feel uncomfortable because of you. As long as you try to be a good person. And so I hope I clarified a few things. And yeah, people also told me in the comments that getting a girlfriend will not necessarily make you happy. And I'm like, yeah, I know. If I ever have a girlfriend or wife that loves me because I am a disgusting spurg, then it doesn't matter how amazing the relationship will be. It doesn't matter how much amazing sex we will be having, and we will be having a lot of children, and people on the street will literally see a lot of children that I will have, and they will think, wow, that guy must have a lot of fun in the bedroom. And they will assume that I have a greater sex life than them. And they will be envious, okay? They will envy me. They will believe that I will be extremely happy for having amazing orgasms. And maybe I will have. But I will be miserable if I can't feel like an attractive, masculine, and entertaining man. If I feel like a disgusting spurg, then it doesn't matter how good the relationship with a woman would be. I will not be happy. So I need to clarify again. What I truly want in life is not a girlfriend, it's to feel as attractive as possible. But I talk more about this in the video titled An Autistic Perspective on Masculinity. But that's what I had to say for this video, at least.